This is meant to be a quick guide to go over how to check all your car's important fluids in under the 10 minutes. Let's go. So before you start checking, before you start bringing the hood up and checking all that sort of stuff, there's a few things you got to do. First of all, you got to make sure your engine is cold, which it has to be to do some of these checks. You don't want to go hurting yourself. You don't want to go harming your vehicle in any sort of way. So make sure that it is off. You don't have to do so for a very long time. Just 5 minutes should be enough to cool down the engine to a relatively close to ambient temperature. TLDR for this is essentially that liquids do expand and contract depending on the temperature. If it's hot, these liquids will expand. They will have a greater surface area, so you won't get readings that are fully accurate. But there are some exceptions. If you're really eager to go checking your car's fluids, there are some that you can do when it comes to the engine being hot because it's not really affected by the engine, such as your windshield washer fluid or your windscreen wiper fluid. That can be checked at any time, and that's a very easy one to go and check. It's stored in a plastic tank that is not exposed to engine heat, so therefore it doesn't matter how hot or cold the engine is, you'll get an accurate reading when it comes to that. You should be able to find it in a little blue tank that's located in your car. Very easy to check to see if you've got enough of that stuff. It's very important this is topped up as well, because if you can't wash your windscreen, then you're going to be in a bit of trouble when you're going out and about. In terms of tools as well, you don't need that many of them, and some of the fluids that we're going to check do not need any tools at all. But for some of them, you're going to need a white cloth, a paper towel, or a white rag for checking fluid conditions on dipsticks. White is important as well. This gives a good visual contrast to see what the actual colour is. If you go for a darker coloured towel or one that's got a colour, then it's very much going to be one that unfortunately doesn't really show you properly what's going on there. In general, I always have a couple towels in my car. Just some little rags to check things like this. I never really have to use them, but they're very handy if I ever were to need to use them. So I just told you how to check your windshield wiper fluid or your windscreen wiper fluid. Next one I'm going to talk about is engine oil, also known as motor oil. Find the dipstick located in your car. It's usually got a yellow handle on it. Pull it out of the vehicle, wipe it on the cloth, make sure it's nice and clean, put it back into where you just found it, leave it for about 30 seconds, maybe a minute, and see where the black line goes up to. If it's between the minimum and maximum marks on your dipstick, then you're all good. If it's below that, top it up with some engine oil. It's very important you keep this on the correct level, because if you don't, then your engine will probably overheat, which, spoiler alert, it's pretty bad. You don't want that. If your motor oil is coming out milky or grey in colour, then you need to do an oil change pretty stat. If you're getting black marks in there as well, and you've driven for 5,000 miles or more, you probably do need to go replacing it as well. Standard oil change will sort that out nice and good for you. If you are topping up that engine oil though, make sure you use the correct engine oil that is specified in your car's manual. You might be able to get away with a different type, but that's not advisable. Do go with the one that comes with the car, effectively the one that is recommended by the manufacturer. You won't regret that, but you might regret using a different type. Coolant next, that is stored in an expansion tank or a recovery reservoir, and it's separate from the main radiator of most modern vehicles. You can see the minimum and maximum level lines pretty easily on this. If it's in between those two lines, if you're all good. If it's lower than that, top it up. Again, use the one that is recommended by the owner manual. Brake fluid next. That reservoir is typically located on the driver's side of the engine compartment, often mounted on or near the master cylinder. It's a plastic container with a translucent body that allows visual inspection of the fluid level without opening the cap. The reservoir will have marking lines indicating the minimum and maximum levels. Again, if it's in between those two lines, you're all good. If it's too low, go and top it up. And again, use the brake fluid that is recommended by the manufacturer. That is always the best way to go. Power steering is up next. Yes, there is fluid for power steering. That's how it works. That is stored in a reservoir usually located near the power steering pump on the side of the engine bay. The reservoir is typically plastic and semi-translucent, allowing direct visual inspection of the fluid level. The cap is usually red or labelled with a steering wheel symbol. Check the level with the engine off and cold. And again, if it's above the minimum line but below the maximum line, you're all good. If not, top it up. But even if it is within those boundaries, if the fluid in there is appearing dark, murky, or contains visible particles, that indicates contamination from an internal pump wear or age-related degradation. So in that case, do a complete reset for it. Empty it all out, fill it back up again, and you should be all good. And again, this is one that's really important, like the brake fluid I mentioned just before as well. You don't want your power steering going away. That would probably end up with you with having an accident, just as if your brakes failed as well. That's not one you need to top up very often, but if you're doing a bit of an MOT at home, then that's a good thing to check because it's very important. Transmission fluid next. Now, this is a difficult one. This isn't always accessible for all cars. It depends on your car. It might be accessible, it might not be. But the ones that are accessible do have a transmission fluid dipstick. Now, many modern automatic transmission systems are sealed. So it's something that's more likely to happen if you've got an older car and or one that is a manual gearbox. If you do have a transmission dipstick, it's usually located towards the back of the engine bay or on the side of the transmission itself. The dipstick is typically red or orange and clearly labelled. And if you can't see it, check the manual, it'll have the information in there. The fluid for this should be either bright red or pink, and fluid that is darkened to black or brown indicates heat damage or oxidation from extended service. Fluid that smells burnt or contains strong odours indicates internal transmission wear or overheating. Either way, you got to do something about it. Go replace that fluid. Check the manual, make sure you get the right fluid to replace it in that case. And again, this is one that doesn't need to be changed all that often, but it's very, very important. You don't want your gearbox to fail now, do you? And yeah, there we go. Hope that was informative for you guys. I've got some guides specifically on these as well that go more in depth in terms of what you need to do and how to diagnose problems with the car. But this is just a general rundown, really, of what you need to be worried about and how to check it all in about 10 minutes or so. Let me know your thoughts on all this, guys. Any questions or any recommendations, put them in the comments below. Always eager to read those. Like, share, comment, subscribe, guys. We'll see you soon for much more information here on the Motoring Chronicle, on the world of cars. And also check out the link in the description if you're watching on YouTube. There is a full in-depth article and go way more in-depth than me. That'll take you more than 10 minutes to read, I wait, about all of this. See you soon, guys. Have a good one.